Welcome to our tutorial on creating augmented reality festival guides. In this session, we will explore how to build an interactive and immersive guide for festival attendees using AR technology. We will utilize Java along with AR libraries and frameworks such as AR Core for Android. Before diving into the code, let's discuss what augmented reality is and how it can enhance festival experiences. Augmented reality overlays digital content onto the real world, creating an interactive experience. Imagine attendees being able to point their smartphones at a location and see performance schedules, maps, or artist details pop up in real time. Before we start coding, ensure you have the necessary tools installed: Android Studio, Java Development Kit, JDK, and an Android device for testing. Now let's create a new Android project in Android Studio. Open the IDE, click on New Project, and select Empty Activity. Name your project AR Festival Guide, and make sure to set the language to Java and the API level to 24 or higher. After creating the project, we need to add AR Core dependencies. Open the build.gradle file at the app level and add the following dependencies. Sync the project to download the required libraries. Once that's done, we need to modify the Android manifest.xml file. First, add the necessary permissions for camera access and AR features. Next, we'll set up our main activity. Open mainActivity.java and set up the AR session. Here's how we instantiate the AR session and check for support. To display AR content, we need an AR fragment. Create a new class AR fragment that extends fragment and implements necessary lifecycle methods. This will help manage the AR experience. Next, let's create a layout file for the AR fragment. Right-click on the res/layout directory and create a new XML file named fragment_ar.xml. This will host the AR view. Now, update the AR fragment class to load and display a 3D model when AR content is available. You can create a simple 3D model of a festival stage or a booth that users can view in AR. Let's proceed to create a 3D model. Use a tool like Blender or Tinkercad to design a festival-related object and export it in .gltf or .fbx format. You'll need to put the model file in the res/raw directory. Now, we need a way to place that model in the real world when users tap on the screen. Implement a gesture listener using gesture detector to convert user taps into AR anchors. At this point, we have the core functionality of our AR guide established: loading and placing models. Let's extend this by fetching festival data from a REST API containing schedules and booth locations. In this example, we assume you're using Retrofit for making HTTP requests. Be sure to add Retrofit dependencies to your Gradle file and ensure you handle the API responses properly. The fetch function will retrieve data such as artist names, performance times, and their respective 3D model locations that can be displayed in AR. You'll need to parse JSON data into Java objects. Now, let's also allow users to interact with AR objects. For example, clicking on a booth model could display information about the booth, such as what they offer, including links to merchandise or food menus. Don't forget to handle the on-tap events to show UI components like toast messages or dialogues displaying booth information. This feedback will enhance user engagement. Next, we will discuss enhancing our UI. Let's integrate a floating action button that will allow users to switch views, such as toggling a map view or a list of performances. Implement the floating action button in your main activity to switch between the AR view and a simple list view or map view. You can even include a search function to find specific performances or booths. This feature adds a strong element of usability that attendees will appreciate. Finally, to polish up your app, consider adding an introduction screen that explains how to use the AR guide, including what the users can expect to find. Having covered extensive ground on building an AR festival guide, let's recap what we have achieved today. Setting up the AR environment, handling user input, and displaying interactive content. In this tutorial, you learned how augmented reality can transform festival experiences. Feel free to expand upon this project by adding features such as user profiles or integration with social media. Thank you for joining this session. Make sure to like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell for more tutorials on Java programming and AR development.